Dudes Who Bet Sports, Dudes Who Bet Sports, it's your favorite show. Dudes Who Bet Sports, where degenerates go. Dudes Who Bet Sports, time to change your approach with Aaron Holderman and his father, the coach. Let's ride.
Well, the Associated Press is full of shit.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dudes Who Bet Sports show for another Thursday. Papa Dude, how are we?
Here we are, number 2.
You dressed up for this one.
What do you mean?
You look nice. You dressed up.
Well, I don't know. I just got done mowing.
Okay.
And so I just put on a shirt, and I really don't. I can't tell you why. It was just sitting there, and I said I kind of like that shirt, so I put it on.
It's a nice shirt. I think people will enjoy the shirt. Yeah. Listen, it's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna do a real relaxed show today. You know why?
We always do.
I'm real relaxed. That's why.
We always do a relaxed show.
No, it's gonna be more relaxed than ever. So
we don't take it as serious as some people.
No, that's true. It shows. Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. We're gonna do Oaklawn Handicap. We're gonna do the Bath House Rose Stakes, and we're also going to do NHL Playoffs. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And Bree brings it up. Did you buy the Rockets today, Bree? And did you hit that pick 3 at Keeneland? I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. So yeah, the Rockets, real quick. I'll address what she's talking about there. I've always liked doing the Rockets, but as you know, Papa Dude, pick 5s, you go in slumps sometimes, right?
Oh yeah.
Everybody, it's hard. It's hard to hit them.
Yeah.
And I have been. Oh, great, you did. That's awesome. So she just hit for $378. Also, we're alive in this pick 5. But anyway,
she loves it.
I just looked at it as a whole, and I said, all of our products, not like the main premium product, but the rest of them really put you in a box in what you're supposed to do. And I said, we got to make it more like the Bible, make the Rockets more like the Bible that we did, the betting Bible, not the actual Bible, where
yeah, that's true.
we have the flexibility to do what we want to do and how we like to play. Like the old Rockets was pick 5s and pick 4s. That's the product. I said, okay, take the pick 5s, keep them. They're still a very good wager, a profitable wager. I said, supplement them with pick 3s or daily doubles or even win bets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of supplement, hey, when we go on a slump with our pick 5s, these are the little bets that you can make that are more profitable than just playing a pick 4. So today was the first day we really tried it, and we hit a $378 pick 3 races 2 through 4, and it singled American Rascal, the horse we'll talk about in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went 3 deep by 4 deep, a $12 ticket, but we played it for $3, right? So a $36 ticket pays $378, and we had American Rascal, and we turned a 1 to 2 shot into $378. So that's exactly what I was trying to get at in the videos. It's like, that's perfect. That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
That's how we like to play. That's where we're at our wheelhouse.
Right.
So it worked out. And we also hit a $270 pick 3 at Aqueduct today as well.
Really?
So far, so good. Now, of course, every day is not going to be like this. You're going to miss your pick 3s as well. If your strong opinions don't come in, you're going to go wrong. You're going to miss them. And that's part of it. But this is going to be a way more profitable long-term venture doing it this way. I can guarantee it. Why? Because we've been tracking this. We've been trying to do this. And finally, I was like, we need to do this. This is what we're going to be. That's our wheelhouse. So anyway, off to a good start. Sorry, long thing there. Bree just got me thinking about it. But let's talk about that horse that started off that pick 3. Let's talk about American Rascal. Wow, that was awesome, wasn't it?
Oh, wow. And you guys, Mike brought it up on the Daily Show. And I think it was Mike, wasn't it, that brought it up? Or was it you?
I don't know. I can't remember.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Mentioning the breeding of this horse with Curlin and Lady Aurelia, and he didn't disappoint.
No.
If you haven't seen it, go somewhere where you can watch it. I mean, find a site you can watch it. Go to Twin Spires or whatever, and watch it. And just watch the horse go. Just turn that horse loose, and really didn't do anything. Won by what? 10 lengths.
Yeah. as many as he wanted to. And by the way, if you want to go look at that replay right after the show, go to our own site, racingdudes.com. Magic's got the replay up. So
okay,
yeah.
And it's unbelievable. The horse was just incredible. And what kind of breeding? What else do you want? And I think I heard it when I watched the replay. I didn't quite understand it, but was that the first what do you call it? The female was curling.
Lady Aurelia, her first, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Was the first one with curling, right? And they said like 7 years ago, that very day, a curling Lady Aurelia horse did the same thing.
Yeah. So it's it was
Lady Aurelia.
Lady Aurelia, exactly. Yes. Yeah. So Lady Aurelia was a great horse for Wesley Ward. They bred her to curling after she retired. And yes, she produced this horse, American Rascal. And yes, you're correct. What you just said is correct. 7 days of the day since she did the same thing at Keeneland. Right. It looks like she has reproduced herself because that was really something. You don't see that very often, right? Where they and a horse as good as them.
This curling stallion, this horse is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just keeps putting them out year after year after year. Got to go down in history as one of the greatest, not only horses, but stallions of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Dennis says, what would you do if that was your horse and you were Wesley Ward? Well, Wesley Ward's going to send that horse to Royal Ascot without any doubt, at least in my mind. Yeah. That's what he does. And look, if I owned the horse and I gave it to Ward, I would just assume that's where we're going, and I wouldn't really think much of it. I think that's where that horse will go. And I think he'll be really, really tough in whatever race they put him in over there. So,
and then they'll go from there.
Yeah. Then you just go from there and try to work. They work to Ascot, and then after that, they'll work backwards from the Breeders' Cup. So, yeah. Oh, he already said the Norfolk. Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, and if it was me, I'd take him over there as well.
The thing is, these guys know more about it than we do, and they know whether this horse can go the distance or not. And I bet you we'll see it before too long.
Yeah, if he can go longer, they'll stretch him out after Ascot for sure. Yeah. Rob says, good luck with this turf sprint. Getting ready to go at Keeneland. We are live in the pick 5 to 1, 2, 11, and 12. And kind of the beauty of it is we grabbed a lot of money on the sequence with that pick 3. And that is the whole point, because this is a very difficult race. And so if you're not structuring that pick 3, it's all or nothing right into this race. And hopefully we hit it. I think we got a good shot to hit it. But if we don't, that's the point of playing the pick 3s like we did. You've already got your money. You're already this sequence of 5 races will be a profitable sequence.
Right.
No matter what happens here, this will just be the cherry on top. But a very tough race. We'll keep you updated on that. They're getting ready to go into the gate. So 1, 2, 11, 12, what we need to finish the pick 5. All right, let's get to Oaklawn. What do you say? Are you ready? So you're possibly going this weekend, correct?
I would say the weather's looking great. So yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you go. All right. Here we go. Oaklawn Handicap, $1 million race, going 1 1/8 miles. It's not the biggest field. It's just a field of 7 for this grade 2 race, but it's 7 pretty good horses. This is a really fun group. The favorite, the favorite Charge It at 8-5. Last Samurai, who's won 2 in a row at Oaklawn, 2-1 for the coach. All right, Papa Dude, where are we going?
Well, last week we were saying the Apple Blossom 4 horses had 2 really good ones. Didn't disappoint us. What a race that was. And this one has drawn better, I think, because we have some really good horses. We got 4 really good ones. Maybe you could even say 5. Maybe you could even say 6.
Yep.
But there's 4 that I think kind of stand out in this one. And you just got to kind of decide how the race is going to go, the pace, blah, blah, blah. The interesting, to me, the 7 horses is just really interesting to me. I just struggle with this horse. Lightly raced, there has to be issues with this horse. Would you not agree?
Yeah, it seems it.
Yeah, I mean, won the Dwyer in July by 23 lengths and didn't run again until February the 5th of this year. That's odd, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
So comes in at an 8-5 favorite. Probably is the most talented horse, I would say, but he's coming off an allowance on February the 5th. Hasn't run since February the 5th at Gulfstream. Won an allowance. You would have thought they would have had stakes in between that then and now. So it's obviously a horse that needs time to recover after a race. I have trouble betting those horses. I just do. Now, a lot of people don't, but I do. So I'm leery of him. He's speed. If he gets the lead, he's going to be tough. I mean, we've seen him. He's talented.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta look at him. Then you got the two that are coming in from California, this Stiletto Boy and Proxy. So we got the pick 5, I see.
Yep.
Right, we're still alive for the pick 5. So you got Stiletto Boy and Proxy, who are one and the same, I think. They're pretty much,
Yeah.
one of them's good as the other one. And then you got Last Samurai, the Oaklawn favorite, who has ran 4 extremely good races at Oaklawn, so loves the surface and has ran really, really well and is in great form. So you got to me, those are the 4. Do you like anything else besides those 4?
Yeah, I think you've hit it on the head. I think you're right there with what we need to be looking at in this race. I will say this. I'm not going to be shocked if somebody outside the realm of what you just said wins, but I do think those are the ones, right? I really like Charge It in the spot. I think he's got a pace advantage over the rest of these. I think stretching back out to 2 turns will help him a little bit here, but I don't think he's a slam dunk. I just think that last race was not great. And he's been, I guess we could say it now, he's just kind of been a little bit inconsistent. At times he's really shown out.
Mm-hmm.
At times he just hasn't been great. But I know Pletcher was pretty confident in him right after that race at Gulfstream where everybody was kind of down on him. Pletcher said, "Oh, he'll be all right. We're going to go to the Oaklawn Handicap. And, we think he'll move forward off of that." So, that's the good news. But he's I don't know.
Well, you're saying the same thing I am. I'm just not confident at 8-5.
Yeah, and ultimately I might end up going somewhere else if he gets bet down much more from that. 8-5, I would still play. 6-5 even money. Ooh, it starts to get a little dicey because you do have a horse like Last Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
And this horse has won 2 in a row and has looked so good. But again, he's another one at 2-1.
Yes.
He may get bet down lower.
He might.
Can Dwayne win 3 stakes in a row?
I don't know. That's a big issue. I don't like him at 2-1. A little surprised he is at 2-1. I guess it's because it's Oaklawn. Why he's
I think he deserves to be, though, don't you? I mean,
yeah, probably because he's ran so well there, and he's in great form.
Mm-hmm.
His last 4 races, I think it was a $250,000 stakes. He was second, and then he was 4th at the Pegasus, and he ran pretty well. Then he's won 2 straight grade 3s at Oaklawn. That's not easy to do, and you're right. 3 in a row would be unbelievable. I see. To me, there's 3 horses that are speed. Be the 3, the 6, and the 7. That's the way I saw it anyway. Those 3, I think, are the speed of the field. He likes to run people down. Last Samurai does.
Mm-hmm.
So he could come off the pace and nail one of those. Proxy's another very interesting horse, really consistent. He's one of those. How do you describe him? He's in the field, but you don't really notice him too much. He doesn't stand out.
Yeah, it's because he has trouble winning races.
Yeah, but he's there.
He's going to be there. Yeah, that's how I described him in the video I did for this race. I said he's going to be around. If you bet him, you're going to think you've got a shot. Whether he wins or not, who knows? But 4-1 makes sense. I want to talk about this horse real quick. Stiletto Boy. He's kind of another one, right? He always shows up and runs well, and he does won here, coming off a big win. I wouldn't hate him at 8-1.
No, not at 8-1. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same way. So this is a great race, and it might be wise to try to beat the 2 favorites. Just try to beat him. And like whoever that was says to a lot of boy, if he stays 8-1, yeah, throw some money on that horse because that horse is good. I think that horse should be less than 8-1.
It definitely feels like a race where it really depends on who's taking the money, determining kind of where you want to go. And I don't always like that, but in a race like this, it does kind of make sense when you can't separate a lot of them. If I loved to charge it, I wouldn't mind if he goes to even money here. I play him again, but I don't love him.
He's just there's too many question marks about him. He doesn't always run well, but then sometimes he does. But the fact I can't get past is he's not sound. There's something weird about this horse.
Yeah, exactly.
And I struggle with a horse that's not. There's just too many question marks for me at a low price. I mean, I've seen him at his best, and he's damn good. So,
yeah, I think Special Golden Kitten is right.
Yes.
The Dwyer of 2022 was spectacular, but it was once. And, he's had a couple of the races that weren't like to that level good, but were good, really good.
Well, are there any reasons why he didn't run the rest of the year? I can't think of a one unless he's hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah.
So
he's come back decent. Like his first race out was decent. His second race, he lost the race, but he also lost to a horse that was really, really in form and really running well. So he didn't have an excuse for losing, but he didn't lose to nothing, basically.
Right.
But this is a tough race.
It is.
Yeah.
And I just can't get behind him at that kind of price, even though I think Pletcher's fantastic and Louis riding him. Yeah. And he's shipping him in here. So he obviously thinks he can win this race. He wouldn't mess with it if he didn't.
Do you think Louis Saez is the best jockey in the country right now?
Well, you know me, I don't rate jockeys. I mean, he's definitely top 5. I mean,
let me rephrase it because I know you don't. You are very much it is the horse, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I don't disagree, but let me rephrase it this way: when you're betting on a horse and you see Saez as a board, does it give you an extra? Hey, that's really good.
Well, it's comforting.
Yeah.
How about that? Yes.
I think what I love about him is he can, and Jared, that's why I brought Jared Rogers' comment up. He can judge what the 7's going to need to do, right?
Yeah.
If the 6 doesn't go out there like we think, Charge It can sit off. Can go take the lead. If the 6 goes flying, Charge It will sit off. I think Saez is really good about judging where that horse needs to be.
Oh, definitely. He doesn't panic. Yeah. He's just steady. And he rides for a lot of different people as well. So that's another thing. And I don't know about the hardworking part, but I'm sure, most of these guys are hardworking. These good ones.
He's pretty hardworking. She's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's right about this. He's a pretty clean rider.
Yeah. The guy who's riding for Lucas.
Yeah, Christian Torres.
Now, you know more about this guy than I do.
Oh, he's fantastic.
What a meet he has put together in his first full time at Oaklawn. This is an incredible what this guy's done. And he's not he's not in the elite field, right?
Right. Yeah.
You better watch. You better watch this guy.
A lot of guys will get going on this circuit, Oaklawn, Remington, and then the next thing you know, there they are at the bigger one. And just like this, I think he will come to Churchill, Dennis, and I think he will make an impact.
Well, we've watched Oaklawn for years, and you don't see a guy come in here like this and dominate. Now, it helped that he got with Diodoro. Diodoro's won an awful lot of races.
Well, any jockey, no matter who, you have to have.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've heard D. Wayne brag on him, and, he's ran he's ridden Last Samurai the last 2 wins. And so I think this guy's an up-and-comer. I really do.
Dennis says, Saez hates me. I can never get Saez right. Here's why. Here's my theory on why.
Okay.
Dennis, you take a lot of chances. You try to get the odd horse, the weird horse, however you want to say it. And that's, I'd say not weird, but the odd horse, kind of the odd man out, the one that you think's got some potential, but nobody's really looking at. Well, Saez is going to beat a lot of horses like that. He's not going to ride very many that you're going to bet on, right? And when he is on one that might fit what you're going to bet on, it's not as good a horse as what he's used to riding. And so I think that's probably why, for how you play in your style, he's going to kill you a lot. And I could see how that would be the case.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, Dennis is not the type of guy that's going to play a lot of shorter price. He'll play some, but you're not overall. He's looking for the value. He just isn't on a lot of those horses, because the ones that he's on, that's higher prices, they get bet down.
They do,
because he's on. Yeah,
because it's him.
Yeah,
and he's usually riding for a big time jockey or a trainer too.
Yeah. What do you think of Ricardo? Do you like? I like Ricardo.
I like Ricardo. I think he does a good job. I've seen him win an awful lot of races, and he's one of those guys that gets himself in trouble sometimes. I don't know if other jockeys like him. He's kind of got a reputation, but I like him. I don't mind betting him. That's for sure.
Oh, I think if you're betting him, if you're an owner, heck yeah, you want him on there. He's going to try to win the best he can. And he does he can't help himself sometimes. He can kind of bully his way around the track, but overall he's gotten a lot better, I think, about that than what he used to. That's for sure. So
he's very aggressive. And so if you want a guy that's going to get out there and not afraid of anything, you go with him.
Yep.
So I like him a lot. I don't there's not very many jockeys that I just don't like, because I wouldn't be a jockey for, I don't, even if I was good at it, I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it off the air a little bit after the Daily Show today, because Flavian Pratt's, getting a lot of criticism, and I'm not even gonna get into it. It's whatever, your opinion, whatever, but very few people that criticize these guys have ever been on a horse.
No. And
I haven't either. And it's got to be really tough, really, really tough job.
Well, okay. You go out and you watch a cowboy. Okay. Look at the saddle he's got on that horse. Look how he's strapped in. Then take a look at these little jockeys. Barely strapped in. Well, they don't even have a saddle.
Right.
Their feet are in stirrups, and that's pretty much how they stay on the horse. It looks to me like that ain't easy. And this horse is flying, so they're very skilled. They are.
It's a tough job. Again, I'm not defending them. Like, they do make mistakes. I get it, but it's also a job that 99.9% of the people that are criticizing them every day, they would never, ever do that. Do that job ever. First of all, there's not very many people in the world that can ride them because they're not small enough. Right?
No, that's right.
So, not to mention the guts that it takes to do that. But yeah, there's some that have a bad reputation and they've deserved it. But it is what it is. There's a lot of
some of them are jerks, but that's the way any profession is.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. So who are you going with? Final thoughts. Who are you going with on top?
I'm going with Coach just because I could see this setting up to where this horse could come and take him down.
All right. Last
Samurai. I think he will stay. I think this horse will stay around 2-1, something like that.
All right. And if he does, I think it's logical to bet. There's going to be a pace duel here. Well, there could possibly, I should say. There's enough speed to where Last Samurai should have a decent enough setup. So Last Samurai for you. I'm going to stick with Charge It. We'll see how he gets bet. That's going to be the big caveat there. And we might have to adjust depending on how he's getting bet. All right, let's go to the Bathhouse Rose Stakes. Another race at 1 1/8. I like that we have back-to-back races at this distance to kind of compare the two. I think that'll be interesting on Saturday afternoon. Field of 9 lining up for this one. The winner gets an automatic spot into the Preakness Stakes. This used to be called the Oaklawn Invitational. Like I said, now it is the Bathhouse Row. All right, Papa Do, Field of 9. We don't have superstars here, but a pretty good betting race, I think. Who do you like in this one?
I saw where you thought this was the dumbest name for a race. Was it you that posted that?
You can assume if somebody's tweeting, it's not me. I don't know. So I don't know if it was Magic or Jared, but I have given up on Twitter. So no, it wasn't.
And I thought maybe I'd explain why it's called the Bathhouse Stakes.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So real quick, if you don't know, most people do. Hot Springs is named Hot Springs because they have hot springs.
Right.
And back in the old days, the 20s and 30s, before the polio vaccine, people that were polio victims came to hot springs and they had bathhouses where you would, it helped you. Mm-hmm. It was treatment for your legs, and lots of celebrities came down there. Mm-hmm. So there's a row downtown Hot Springs called the Bathhouse Row, and that's where they get this name. I kind of like the Oaklawn Invitational a little bit better, but anyway, another just really fascinating race. I mean, one that's good. That's several can win. I settled on 4 of them. You got Victory Formation at 3-1, and again, there's questions about this horse. Mm-hmm. 4 races, very impressive in the first 3, but when he went to 1 1/8 in the Risen Star, not impressive. Finished 9th. So he's at the same distance today or Saturday. Is that an issue? Cox doesn't think so, obviously. But we shall see. Very impressive in the first 3 races. Mm-hmm. Broke his maiden at Keeneland. Won an allowance at Churchill. Won a $250K stakes at Oaklawn. And we both thought horse looked fantastic in that race, and then not so good in the Risen Star. And there could be all kinds of reasons why. So you got to look at that horse, though. Then Tappet Shoes, another Cox horse, comes in. 4 1-1. No, wait a minute. It's his first stakes race. It's been very impressive. Mm-hmm. First stakes for him. And so that one's one I think you got to look at. Then you got one that's run very well at Oaklawn with this meet, very competitive, and that's the 7, 2 Eagles River. And then you got the favorite at 2-1, Red Route 1, which we've discussed a million times on this show. So you look for speed. Is there speed? Yes, there's some speed. Can Red Route 1 run him down and get that win he's looking for? To me, these horses aren't as good as some of the others he's had to run down. That's the way I look at it. Mm-hmm. If he's ever going to win one, it's this one, I think. Yep. So I'm going to pick him. This is my last time.
Oh, boy.
I won't pick him again.
I can't do it.
Well, he's bit you more than he has me.
He's dead. He's dead to me.
He bit you in the Arkansas Derby bad.
He's dead to me.
Okay, well, I can get it. I can get why. I see why.
I don't want anything to do with him.
You were.
I don't care if I ever see him again. I'm done.
Would you agree he has a better chance at this one?
The horses that he has to catch are not as good.
Right.
I agree. But he's dead to me, so I can't.
Are you surprised they brought him back this quick?
No, because I think Asmussen wants to get this horse in a race like the Preakness, and I think where you're going to run between now and then for this guy, I think this is it, right?
It makes sense. He was already there.
Yeah, and I think he just thought, okay, let's do it. Let's give it a little bit of a shot. So, listen, I'm not doing it.
Okay, I get it.
Stupid thing he always does, and I don't feel like getting mad. So I'm
okay, that makes perfect sense to me.
And if he wins, I'm not going to be upset. I mean, I like.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't. I like Asmussen. He's on Shoddy's fantasy team. I mean, there's good things about it, but If I bet him and he does what I think he's going to do, I'll be really mad. So that being said, I'm all about the 6 victory formation.
Okay, he's going to bounce back.
And that being said, I will be very mad because here's the deal. Okay, now first of all, if Saez is on this one, then obviously to me, he thinks victory formation is better than tap and shoes.
Absolutely.
And he rode tap and shoes last time out. So
yes,
and now he's on victory formation. So okay, good, check mark. I think he's better, the best of the cops.
Yeah,
okay, definitely. That's half the battle in any of these races right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge fan of anybody else in the race. I don't think Two Eagles River wants to go this far.
Probably.
I don't like any of the other ones that much. Steve has a good question. McPeak at a price. I thought about that with the one. End of the day, I just kind of feel like if victory formation can get back to his first 3 races, he will be really tough to beat. He should get out in front. He should go gate to wire.
I agree.
However, he's one other than Red Route 1. He made me the maddest in the Risen Star victory formation. And not because he lost, because he didn't show up at all. No. And I know he had a 13 post and there was some pace in the race. He got 9th, beaten 15th. He didn't show.
He didn't do anything in the race.
No,
nothing.
Super pissed me off. So
he never ran a lick.
This is his last chance. Last time out was Red Route 1's last chance.
We need to call this the last chance race.
It's the last chance right? No. Listen. Yeah. That was it for Red Route 1. This is it for victory formation. Dead to me if he loses.
Very
now, let me put it back. He's dead to me if he doesn't run well. I mean, if he gets second or third, but he puts out an effort, fine.
Sure.
But dead to me if you lose.
I will say this. He should be the favorite and not the 4.
I agree. It may end up happening like that.
I think so too.
Yeah, he may be 2-1 in the 4 3-1. That's possible.
I think it should be the other way around. I do. I was shocked when I saw Red Route 1 was 2-1.
I'll go back to Steve's comment real quick. What's your thoughts on McPeak? Did you have any interest in the one horse?
No, because I don't ever bet McPeak. I just don't. He kills me every time. I mean, he's the one, like Dennis was saying, Saez. I can't.
Yeah.
If I pick him, his horse runs terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. No.
Yeah.
Now,
I couldn't get there either.
I mean, 8-1 in this field. Yeah. I mean, if you want to bet a try or something like that, you might throw him in because he might get there.
You are going to get, Hero says, if he wins, he's talking about, I think he's talking about victory formation, but, victory formation wins, it's going to flatter Angel of Empire. Well, you can say the same about Interlock Empire. You can say the same about Red Route 1. You can say the same about victory formation, Two Eagles River. Like all these horses have faced Angel of Empire. So that is going to be a narrative coming out of this race. It's like, hey, especially if somebody looks really good, it's like, wow, Angel of Empire beat this horse. So that is something to keep an eye out for. Dennis asked about Powerful, the 3-horse. I don't have a lot of interest in him. Do you have any interest?
No, I've looked at him once, and he ran like shit the day I looked at him too. So he didn't run good. So
the Rebel, I could draw a line through. It's like, yeah, whatever. The next time out, he faced in the Hot Springs. He faced Iron Clover and Gun Pilot. He wasn't anywhere near him. I don't know. I at one time I thought this horse was decent, but he hasn't come around. So no, I don't think so. All right. Anything else before we move on? You're going to go with Red Route 1. I'm going victory formation. Oh, here's a question for you before we move on.
Okay.
Any of these horses win, do you think they are a threat in the Preakness?
Well, we don't know the field yet, but no.
No, yeah, I wouldn't think so either.
It depends on who goes on to the Preakness, but
see, that's the thing. After last year, and really 2 or 3 of the last 4 or 5 years, the Preakness has been a really awkward, weird situation. So if it's like that again, yes.
Yeah. If victory formation goes back to the form he showed
Uh-huh.
in the. What did he win? What was that one called that he won it?
The Smarty Jones?
Oh, he won the Smarty Jones, right?
Yeah.
If he goes back to that and he blows this field away, then yeah, I'll probably say, yeah, he's got a shot in the Preakness, but he's going to show that. Red Route 1's just one of those that this is the level of race he probably can win, and I'm not sure he can go above this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. Yeah.
So we'll see. But I think this is going to be a really fun race to watch.
I think it's a very fun race. Yeah. I am prepared to be disappointed again. Look, Victory Formation's on my fantasy team. On New Year's Day, I was driving home from Colorado. I pulled over to get gas just to watch this race. He looked so good. I thought, I've got a Derby contender. And he did what he did at Fairgrounds, and I haven't gotten over it. So he's back. Bad. This is a Derby, this is a fantasy race for us. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully he runs better. If not,
he's done.
If not, he might have to be struck from my memory forever.
Like Red Route 1.
Well, yeah, I don't acknowledge him anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's obvious. And harken back 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, that was your Derby winner.
I know. Well, to be clear, Arkansas Derby winner.
That's what I meant. The Arkansas Derby, that was your winner, and you made a great case for what he was going to do, and he didn't do it.
The funniest thing about it is that was on Florida Derby Day, and we had a great day.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was coming in at Florida. It was a beautiful day. And then right after that card, here comes the Arkansas Derby. And I got so mad watching that race because he broke and he's dead last and he's doing the same shit as always. I'm like, oh no, he didn't do anything that I thought he would do, you know?
No, he took that day not to win.
It's like he's really acting like a dick today. Like he's not doing shit. You know?
Yeah, he took that day to just stay way back there and just never could make any kind of a headway that day.
No. That's the day he died for me. All right. Let's go on. NHL playoffs. You want to do that?
That's fine.
All right. I'm going to pull them up. Now, we're not talking about these individual games really, but we're talking about the series. We've seen 2 games, excuse me. We're seeing the second game of the series tonight for these 4 teams we'll talk about first. These 4 games we'll talk about first. We've seen a couple of games for the other team as well. All right. Lightning and the Leafs. We're going to start with this one. So the Lightning dominate the Leafs in game 1. All the pressure in the world now is on Toronto. The media is going nuts. Their fans are about to jump off ship. They played 1 game. The fans are done. We had somebody from Toronto on the feed this morning. They said they suck. If they lose tonight, we hope they get swept. We don't want to see them again. So that's the vibe in Toronto.
Yeah.
They got a game tonight. They got a goalie who couldn't stop shit in the first game.
Nope.
What's your confidence level in Toronto right now?
Well, to set this all up, those of us that live in the United States and don't follow hockey don't realize what this means in Canada.
I thought about saying this on the show, and I thought of it too late. Toronto is kind of like the Dallas Cowboys are in the United States, or the New York Yankees are in the United States. That's the Toronto Maple Leafs in Canada. They live in a bubble.
Oh, yeah.
And it's intense.
Well, and the issue is this. They have been extremely good the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. In
the regular season. But they can't get out of the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, some of it is because they play really good teams in the first round of the playoffs, and others they've just choked and played just terrible. And last, whatever night it was, Tuesday night was one of those games where they just were awful. And the pressure that is on them is just immense. And you summed it up pretty well. It's kind of like Dallas. I think Dallas has the most pressure of any team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Doc says the Lakers, and that's for basketball. I would agree. They're in a
Yeah.
bubble. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. They've got a lot of. That's kind of the face of the NBA, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But they have just all kinds of pressure on them. They have got to win this game tonight. And the problem is they're playing a seasoned veteran hockey team with a goalie who didn't play real well in the regular season, but when he's right, he can beat anybody anytime.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't bet a nickel on this tonight. I can see them laying another egg. They better get ahead. That's all I'm saying. They better jump out. If they, let's say Tampa scores in the first 2 minutes, I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't either.
Toronto's better. They are.
They have been better all year. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't mean nothing when it gets to this. You have got to win. I think if they somehow can win this game, I think this is stupid to say, but they may be better off going to the road for the next 2 games. They may play better in Tampa.
Oh, it's going to get bad. So I agree. It's going to get bad.
Yeah.
I agree with you. We'll see what happens. I will take Tampa right now to win the series.
Well, the way you have to, after what you saw the other night, because Tampa did not have a Tampa-like regular season.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't play well down the stretch at all. But they still got big-time playoff hockey players. And sometimes that makes all the difference. So this is going to be interesting tonight.
The mowers have just showed up at my house, so it might get loud on my end. Sorry in advance for that. All right, let's talk about Rangers and the Devils. Rangers win game 1. Can the Devils come back and win this series? What do you think? Doc says he's put plus money on the New Jersey Devils to win this thing. They're going to have to really rebound. What do you think?
I went with them too. I don't think they're as bad as they played in the first game, and I don't think the Rangers are that much better than they are, like they were in the first game. I like both teams. I think the Rangers are very, very solid. The goaltending is exceptional. So I do think the Devils will bounce back, but they're kind of like the Leafs. They better score the first goal tonight. Mm-hmm. I think they're in trouble if they don't. I like the under. I think 3-2 might win this one, but I picked the Devils. I think they're a little bit better than we think, and I know they're better than they played the other night. That was a disaster.
I think the Rangers are still going to win the series.
Oh, I do too.
I'm going to go 6-7 games. I think the Rangers do win the series, though.
I'll tell you what. I will say this too. I think we forgot to mention this on the Daily Show today. I don't think there's much of a home advantage for the Devils.
I don't think there's home advantage for any hockey team, period.
Well, I mean, I just think home ice, there may be more Rangers fans there than there are Devils fans.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is fair. All right. Kraken and the Avalanche. Kraken got the big upset game 1. Can they keep it going, though? That's the question. What do you think? Does Colorado come back and win the series?
Well, I think the Kraken are vastly underrated. And we kept waiting all year for them to fall, and they never did. You know, they hung in there in a very tough division, and they hung tough. I think they surprised themselves, and I think Colorado wasn't ready for the game, but maybe the difference was Seattle goaltending was unbelievable in that game. So that's what happens in these series. Can Colorado solve the goaltending, and can they play just a little bit better? They weren't on their game. So I think the Avalanche come back and win. I think this series might go 6, though. I see Seattle winning another game before this is over with.
I'm nervous about what that Seattle crowd's going to be a little bit tough to navigate. I know I said home advantage doesn't matter, but it might be a little tough. They're going to have to – that's going to be a wild atmosphere.
I think they lose the game out there. I do.
It may come back 2-2. Yeah. It may come back 2-2.
Yeah, they better win this one tonight, I'll tell you.
If they don't win tonight, they're in – it's panic mode. They're in trouble.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. They're in trouble. All
Ditto
right.
for the next team we're going to talk about.
All right. Yeah. All right. Jets and the Knights. The Jets dominated game one. I mean, they killed the Golden Knights. What do you think? I mean, I like the Jets to win the series. I liked them before game one. I thought the Jets would win the series. I feel really good about that right now. But do you see another side of it? Do you think, no, I think the Golden Knights are going to kind of re-rally here?
I'm not high on the Golden Knights at all, but I was shocked. Maybe not that they lost, but if you go back and look at the box score, they were dominated in every phase. Sometimes you see a team come in and win like that, and the Golden Knights would have had 43 shots, and the other team had 21, and everything went in for the other team, and the Golden Knights couldn't get anything in. That was not the stat line. They were dominated. That is disturbing. And I picked them to come back tonight to win because I think they will. But when it goes to Winnipeg, you and I have seen Winnipeg a lot because they play the Blues a lot. That is a tough building to go win a game.
Yep.
And Winnipeg really went in a slump right after the All-Star break, and they didn't play very well for about 3 weeks.
Yep.
And they were in danger of not making the playoffs. In fact, they had to scramble to get there. But in the last 2 or 3 weeks, they turned it on and got to playing a lot better. They have talent. They've got players. And if their goaltending holds up, and he's pretty good, I'm with you. I think they're going to win this series. If they don't win tonight, if Vegas doesn't win tonight, they're in big trouble.
So the 4 teams that played tonight, all the game ones were upsets. And now you go to game 2, the home teams are the favorites once again.
Yeah.
You've said it a few times. If they don't win tonight, they're in trouble. Who's the team out of these 4? Maple Leafs, New Jersey Devils, Avalanche, Vegas. Who's the one that you think has the best chance of losing tonight and going down 2-0?
Well, because they're the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that's a fair answer, though.
I know. I honestly think they're going to bounce back because I think their talent level, it's just that pressure they're under. I would pick the Devils to go down 2-0 because the Rangers are really solid. Even though I picked the Devils to win tonight, I picked all 4 of the teams that lost to win.
To be clear, I did too, but I think Vegas is the team that has the best chance of losing tonight.
Well, I hope the hell you're wrong because that's part of my parlay.
That's why I didn't do it because I don't know about them. I don't know about those bastards.
I don't know. I just think they'll come back tonight. I really do. I almost picked Colorado, Vegas as my parlay.
Well, okay, and like I said, to be clear, I picked Vegas to win because I don't envision them going down 2-0 either. However, out of the 4, I do think they have the best chance of losing tonight.
Here's why I didn't take Colorado. I'm worried about that Seattle goaltender.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, he was great. Now, he's not that good as far as day in and day out. He hasn't really rose to that level, but he was great in game 1. So we'll see. By the way, big one here. Kalleward Leonard out tonight for the Clippers. The game has just been taken off the board according to Doc here.
He knows.
You don't never question a doctor, so he's right. That's big news. It's bad news.
I picked Phoenix anyway, but it's off the board now. So because I thought they were going to win anyway. But listen, the Clippers are in trouble.
Yeah.
When did he get hurt?
I don't know. I don't know. That's news to me. So
he's been unbelievable.
Yes, if he's out, they're done.
I don't think they win tonight without him.
No, I don't think they win another game if he's out.
So,
all right, let's quickly go through the 4 games going on Friday. Talk about who we think is going to win the series. The Hurricanes are up 2-0 on the Islanders going into Game 3 on Friday. Like I said, the games have been tight though.
Oh yes,
1 goal game the first game, the second game another 1 goal game that ended in overtime. I still lean Hurricanes. However, do you think the Islanders can make a series of this?
No.
I don't either. I think at the end of the day, the Islanders play just like the Hurricanes, only they're not as good as the Hurricanes.
Yeah. I thought they played fantastic last night. I watched a lot of that game, and I thought they played really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
I think they win a game in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to go 5. I got them 4-1. I think you hit the nail on the head. I just don't think they can. I just don't think they're quite as good as Carolina. Carolina's another one of those teams. We don't give them enough credit, I think. They're pretty hard to beat.
Very. Yep. I agree. Tough to beat. I think the Hurricanes, I think they take care of business.
Yeah.
All right. Here's this one.
I'll tell you what, you've got this one pegged.
It's 1-1 between the Panthers and the Bruins. And they've played 6 periods of hockey. I think the Panthers have played better than the Bruins in 4 out of the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Easy win for the Panthers in game 2. They come home. Is that going to be a wake-up call for Boston? That's the big question. What do you think about the series right now?
I am pretty shocked that Florida's doing what they want to do. And Boston's not, they don't have an answer. You're absolutely right. I thought they dominated that game last night.
Mm-hmm.
And was that the game where the Bruins tied it on a lucky goal?
Yes, they gave up a shorthanded goal to the Bruins, and then the Bruins got a really lucky goal to tie
the one that went off the toe.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've watched so many games I can't remember which was
that
which.
was it. Yep.
Okay. They may get the wake up call. Sarah, here's the thing. They didn't play very good in game 1. I guess, but they won the game, so they didn't need a wake up call, I guess. You know?
Exactly.
You could say game 1 was they were okay. They weren't dominant, but they were okay. Game 2, they were not okay. The game was close until the last, but they didn't play very well. So are they not playing very well because they're not ready? How can that be?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they just getting their butts kicked? And, we've said it from, all season long, a team that plays this good in the regular season does not play well when they get to I don't know whether I mentioned this statistic the other day. Somebody brought it up. The last 38 President Cup winners. No, I saw it on PTI.
Mm-hmm.
The last 38 President Cup winners, which means the team in the NHL with the best regular season record,
right,
has won the Stanley Cup 8 times.
Yep.
8 out of 38. So history has been set. I mean, there's a precedent here. It is hard to come back and do this again. If they lose tomorrow, if Boston loses, they're going to have to dig way down to win game 4.
Here's the deal. People, they look at teams in a whole 82-game season set. You focus on the last 15 games of the year. The Panthers were one of the best teams in the NHL. The Panthers had all kinds of injuries all year. They had trouble meshing together their new players that they got. They had goaltending that was at times not great. All of it got solved. They got healthy. They're meshing together. They've got the young kid lying in at goal who's playing great.
He's playing great.
They're not – listen to this very carefully. The Bruins are not that much better than Florida. They're not. Their roster is not. Now, I think the Bruins are going to win game 3. I think they're going to win the series. This is not a mismatch. This is not. This Florida Panther team that in their current state is more like a 3 seed than an 8 seed. And that's
the goaltending has solidified them, don't you think?
It's like, 1,000%. And here's the deal. It could fall apart with the goaltending because it's a young goalie coming out of nowhere. There were no thoughts of this guy being a great goalie, kind of a Bennington type of situation.
Absolutely.
19. And we all kind of felt it at 19 and it never fell apart, but we were waiting. We're like, it's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
It could fall apart with Lyon. There's no doubt. This is not a David versus Goliath. It's not. And that's what the narrative that the national press is trying to push. These poor Florida Panthers and against these dominant Boston Bruins. It's not that big a margin. It's really not. I still think the Bruins get it done. I do think they're a little bit better, but they're not a lot better.
No.
And that's why I took a shot with the Panthers in game 2.
There's no such thing as dominant teams in hockey.
Okay, but look,
no.
if Boston was playing the Islanders, I would call for a sweep. That's what I'm saying. The Islanders, I don't think, can match up with Boston at all. Like, they're a true.
What you're saying is, don't look at the Panthers' record because it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. It's meaningless. They made the playoffs, and they made the playoffs playing fantastic hockey over the last month of the season.
And that's exactly what the Blues did. That's what the Blues did in 2019. And another thing, the Bruins have been playing meaningless games for a long, long time, and you lose your edge.
Mm-hmm.
You suddenly have got to amp it up. Now, maybe they will in game 3.
And that's the other thing about it. The Bruins have the big prize on their mind, and I think these first 2 games, they haven't played as good as they can. I think they're going to bounce back.
We're going to find out tomorrow. If they win tomorrow night, they're going to win the series.
Even if they lose tomorrow night, I wouldn't go as far as say that they're going to lose the series.
No, but they're in trouble.
This thing's going 6 probably, and it might go 7. They're in for a battle because the Panthers, they can roll out 4 lines with them. They're just as physical as they are, and they've got the top end stars. So again, I'm not picking Florida to win the series, but this is going to be tough, and Boston better play pretty darn well the rest of the series.
Yep.
All right, this is a total crapshoot for me.
Whoa.
Dallas and Minnesota, it feels like a 7-game series already, and they've only played 2. You tell me who's winning this.
I have no idea.
I have no clue.
No, this is one you just sit and watch them knock the crap out of each other, basically.
These are the 2 least teams in the whole NHL that you would think would play a 7-3 hockey game, and that's what it was in game 2.
That's right.
I have no idea what's going to happen here.
Listen, the Stars looked as good as anybody last night. Man, they played well.
They responded to getting beat up game 1.
They did.
Yeah.
They played great. And I've criticized them all year, but it was like a month ago they had 14 ties.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tie anybody in the last month or so. They've been playing a lot better.
Yep.
So I think they're going to win because the Wild can't get out of the first round either. Mm-hmm. So I do think if I was going to pick, I'd pick Dallas because if you've noticed, when's the last time Minnesota won a series?
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So they struggle also.
Yeah.
I think Dallas is a little better at goaltending than Minnesota. I think that'll be the difference.
I don't know what Minnesota's doing with their goalies.
No, I don't think they know either.
We'll see. I guess I'll take Dallas as of now. That could change after game 3. I don't have a good read on that one. So finally, last one we'll talk about. Oilers and the Kings. Oilers completely blew game 1. Idiots. They tried to blow game 2.
Yeah.
I still think the Oilers are a much better team. But what do you think? I mean, are they going to beat them like we think, or what's going to happen here?
Well, McDavid's going to have to get going.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't scored. Not saying he's played bad. By the way, is Saddle, whatever his name is he not as good as McDavid? That guy is good. They've got 2 studs, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And that Kane is good. That's a solid team. The Kings goaltender is playing out of his mind. He is really playing well. Can he keep that up? That's a key. Oilers, a little shaky, but he played pretty good when he had to last night. That was a must-win for them. That was not a wake-up, but they answered the bell. They got down 2-2 and came back and won it. I think that proved a lot. They could have easily lost. So I like the Oilers to outlast them. That may go 7 also. It's entirely possible. You're mute. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
There we go. Got you
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Right.
The mic came unplugged on me.
Okay.
They're going to show up and either dominate these 2 games in LA, and it's like, okay, they just dicked around, or it's going to be a 2-2 series going back, and then it's going to be a 7-game series. That's what I look at it.
I think so too. They're very dangerous every time they get the puck. And I thought they played good last night. I did. That third period, they played really well.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right. You said you got questions for us. Let's hear it. You said you're.
By the way, Edmonton's a pretty crazy place about hockey too.
Yes.
Did you see all those people outside last night?
Yes.
That was crazy.
It was definitely wild.
I just wonder what the temperature was outside. It's still probably pretty cold in Edmonton this time of the year. Of course, that didn't bother them.
No.
All right, here we go. I think I already know the answer, but anyway. Your biggest pet peeve in horse racing?
Oh, boy.
Can't win any money.
Biggest pet peeve in horse racing. Tell you the one I hate the most.
Okay.
I hate getting told you should have done this, you should have done this right after the race ends.
Okay. I like that.
That there's someone, I won't mention his name, on the Racing Dudes team that is the worst in the history of the world about that. You know who I'm picking. You've known it all week. And as soon as they cross the wire, well, you should have done this and this.
Yeah, tell me before the race.
It was like, really? Well, actually, I should have done this straight because I know who finished 1 through 4. It's so dumb. It's so easy to tell people what to do when you know the results, right? And I mean,
yeah,
that's one of my worst. I hate that one.
There's a lot of pet peeves in horse racing.
Yeah.
You know what mine is. I cannot stand after the race is over when you lost, whoever it is you're standing by and they lose and they blame it on the jockey. I just cannot stand that. Yeah. Because the race before they may have bet that jockey and he won, and that's the greatest jockey that ever lived. And then the very next race, they bet the same jockey and he doesn't win. Oh, that guy, God, why did he do that? That's my biggest pet. I cannot stand that. I just, and own it. Own it. You missed the race. Okay. It's not a crime to miss the race. It's hard to get the race right.
Yeah.
All of us kind of, I know I do. I feel like a dummy when I don't get it right, but it's hard to get them right. It really is.
Yep.
And most of the time it's your fault.
Both are definitely pet peeves of mine for sure. I agree with both. Yours and mine, I'm saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have a pet peeve in life? Something that just bugs you to no end.
Probably when somebody tells me what I should have done after the results of a race would be my pet peeve in life as well.
So that's your.
When I spent all day with you and you never say a word, and when they cross the wire, you go, "Well, why didn't you play the 3 on top?" That'd be it.
That's your pet peeve in life too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Okay, I like it.
Yep.
What's your pet?
Well, I got one, and this is because I taught government for a long time. I hate it when these candidates get up and tell you what they're going to do when they're
right. Yeah.
And it always makes me so mad because, especially a governor or a president or anybody really, president. Okay. If I said it once, I said it 900 times when I was teaching government. The president cannot make laws. He does not have the power to do that.
Right.
So when a presidential candidate's getting up there saying he's going to change healthcare and he's going to do this and he's going to do that, he's not going to do shit. It's not going to happen. It takes Congress. Congress passes the laws. That's what legislate means.
Right.
And I get so mad. And then you got somebody running for Congress and they're going to do this. They're 1 out of 535 people.
Right.
How is one person going to do that? They're not.
No.
That's my big. I get so mad of listening to this crap.
Well, that makes sense. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Okay.
Have you ever had a surprise party thrown for you?
No, never. Never have.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I have, and you know,
Yep.
and you were with me whenever this happened, and my wife's standing right here. I retired a couple of years ago from teaching, and I vehemently, adamantly told her, no,
Don't do it.
no surprise party. That's not me. It's just simply not, because I'm one of these people, like, if it's my birthday, do not, and we go out and eat, don't come around and sing happy birthday to me.
Right. I'm with you there. Yeah.
That is embarrassing to me.
Yeah, I hear you.
If you like it, that's fine, but I don't. And anyway, so I told her, I said, let's go out to eat with Aaron and Heather. That will be great. I would love to do that. It'll be fine. So, okay. Well, I just had little hints throughout that day that something was going on. Like there was an undercurrent at school.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, you know what happened? We show up to the restaurant, the four of us, and of course everybody's there that she's invited, and you've had a big hand in it too. And I just want to say this. I'm so glad she did it.
Isn't that bad, is it?
No, it was really sweet. Everybody was there, and it was the right people. You and Andy, the guy I coached with so long, and Sandy got the right people there. There was no one there that shouldn't be.
Right.
And there wasn't that many. And it was kind of intimate, and it was really good. So I'm glad she did it.
Well, there you go.
Even though I don't like to do that kind of stuff at all. All right. What is one brand that you identify with, or one brand that you love? That could be anything there is. Anything there is. It could be food. It could be clothing. It could be cars. It could be whatever. Something that you just really like because of the brand. You can't think of anything?
I don't have anything.
This guy right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here.
I don't have anything.
Doesn't. You've always been that way. You don't care about anything. I mean, nothing bothers you.
No, I don't. I seriously, I'm trying to think. I can't. No, really. I mean, White Claw, not really. No. I don't.
Honest to God, this doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I would say Nike, but not anymore. It's not.
Well, that's me. It's Nike.
Yeah, I don't wear Nike shoe or anything.
My wife calls me a Nike snob.
Yeah.
I really don't know where that comes from. I'm not a snob.
You are a snob when it comes to the.
But I'm a snob when it comes to Nike. And there's a couple of reasons. One, we had the sporting goods store. Nike made me a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm very partial to them. But I love the way their clothing fits me.
Mm-hmm.
And other brands, I have nothing against Under Armour. It just doesn't fit me the same for some reason.
I do like Nike clothing, but it's not anymore, really. I mean, it's whatever.
Oh, I won't wear anything but really. I mean, I will wear Under Armour, but I don't like it. Adidas, forget it. I'm not wearing Adidas. Although I do have some blue stuff that's Adidas because that's the sponsor. But
it's funny, Doc. I don't. OG Handicapper. There it is. That's mine right now for sure. As long as they're paying us, sure. OG Handicapper.
There's certain brands of food that I will not waver from.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't really like. Not me. I guess I should say. I don't.
I have to have Heinz ketchup.
Okay, so I like Heinz ketchup, but that's not. I don't identify with Heinz ketchup. See,
It's got to be in my house. I can eat a different ketchup in a restaurant because I have no choice sometimes.
Right.
But there better not be a different brand of ketchup in my house because I'm not eating it. It's not happening.
Yeah.
I have to have Vlasic pickles.
No, you can eat sandwich. That's not true.
Is there like a chain of restaurant?
And women always get shit. So listen, I'm not being indecisive. I don't know. I don't have anything.
Listen, Trish, that's the way he is.
Chain of restaurant.
It's the way he is.
I don't have anything. I got nothing.
There's not like a certain brand of pizza that's a chain that you would go to first.
No.
No?
No, I say with like my food, I like local places.
Yeah, I know.
Like when I go places, I have local places. I
Let me ask
don't
you
eat at a chain all that often.
When is the last time
Okay.
you've bought some clothing that's not like dress up clothes, like whenever you go to the Derby or something that you have to have?
It's honestly, it's probably been 10 years.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Not counting. Now listen.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Not counting. Now, shoes I buy.
No, we're not counting about shoes.
Clothing, I usually get what I wear for Christmas and what's given to me for free.
You see, folks, when you work at home, clothing is not essential.
I haven't worked at home the last 10 years though. I just don't buy clothes. I don't.
Well, since I retired, I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
I have not bought one article of clothing myself. Sandy's bought me a couple of things, but that's it.
Pizza Hut or Papa John's? Pizza Hut for me on that one. That's an easy one for me. Pizza Hut.
I got to go Papa John's.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about either one of them.
Our sixth race is running here our seventh race, that we talked about on the show. You picked the 11 out of the hat, didn't you?
I did.
You won.
That's hilarious.
The 11 just won the 7th, and Papa Dude picked it out of the hat today on the show. So
yeah, for those of you that didn't follow that, I had no idea. I had 4 horses I liked, so I got a piece of paper and put the 4 numbers in my. I don't know what happened to it, but anyway, my blues beanie, and drew the 11 out of the hat. And that's exactly what Sandy and I would do on a race like that at the track. I'd say, give me a piece of paper, we're going to tear it up, put it here, you draw it out, and that's who we're going to bet on. So
the hat wins.
It won't do that very often, but it did today.
Keelan has been so good to me today. Trish says, I am with you. It's been very good. I'm 2 races away from hitting both pick 5s.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. The pressure grows.
Now, did you change some of the stuff that you and I do together today on Keelan?
No.
So what we both kind of picked there is coming through?
Well, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's doing really
well.
All
right.
It's an odd day. We've had a couple of winners, like on top winners, but all the exotics are coming.
All exotics have come through.
Yeah.
And
so it's been good.
Yeah. And I think just to end this,
it's time to go.
Here pretty quick. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make when they're first going to the track is they try to do too many exotics and they don't even know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple tip. Just go bet wins. Maybe throw an exacta in every once in a while. Maybe do a pick 3. Don't worry about pick 4s, pick 5s. Your first time. You're going to lose your butt.
Yep.
If you do.
True. Very true. I agree. When you're starting out, bet small, bet wins, try to get the hang of it, go on from there for sure.
Yeah. Like I get a lot of pick 3s. I do.
Yeah.
I don't make a lot of money on them, but every once in a while, bang, you'll hit a biggie.
Mm-hmm.
So, and pick 3s are not expensive. A 50-cent pick 3 is not expensive, and it's fun.
No, not at all. Yeah. And like I said, you play them for $3 and try to pound them, or $5, and you get payouts like we're getting on the Rockets today. And that's exactly why we did it.
That's right. And the other bet that if you go in a group that I can suggest, and and you will too, bet a show parlay. All of you just get together,
Yeah.
chip in your money, and when you get it right, just roll that money back over into the next one.
That's a fun when you're at the track bet for sure.
A bunch of
With
guys.
friends.
Yeah, put a bunch of you together. All of you chip in like $5 to start. And remember that day, I'll never forget. That's one of the most fun days I ever had at the track. We were at the Arkansas Derby one day. There was 8 of us.
Yep.
And we all chipped in $5. And I think each of us walked out of there with $100 that day.
Yep. It was fun. We hit it. We hit like 6 or 7 in a row. We were
I
going.
think we hit 8 in a row. 8 in a row.
And we were all together, and it was fun. Yeah.
And what we would do is all 8 of us would pick a horse, and whoever got the most votes, whichever horse got the most votes, is who we would throw in there.
Yep. And that way's fun. You can also, Kelly and his friends, what they do, they just pass it. This guy has it, pass it to the next guy for the next race. He has it. He makes the decision, then he passes it to the next guy for the next race.
That's too much pressure. But anyway.
They like to do that, though, because they like to sit up there and give each other shit all day.
That's right.
And I've seen them do it, and it's freaking hilarious to be around those guys during that show parlay. Because what happens is Kelly will pick one that's like 20-1. Like he tries to get the big,
he gets the big money, yeah.
Well, he'll hit one, and they've got a couple of grand. And they always have one friend that's like, let's just cash it out. And so then they make fun of him for, he's a, what are you doing? You can't just cash it out. You got to play the whole way through. And then one guy always misses it. And so anyway, it's
there goes your parlay. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. But you got to have a bunch of guys that get along.
You do. Yeah, like those guys are childhood friends. Yeah.
You can't have a guy there that thinks he knows more than everybody else.
No.
And so I remember that day that was just the perfect group that we had that day. And we had so much fun.
Yeah, we did. For sure. That was a good day.
Yep.
Has Papa Dude been to Keeneland? No, he won't go anywhere, Trish. So can't talk him into it. So he won't leave his house.
I've got to get up there. That's not that far.
No, you can drive there. No problem.
I need to go there.
Yeah. All right, we're getting off of here. We've got a lot going on today. We have got to get going because Magic Mike's coming up here pretty soon. I've got to text my friend Patrick. I'm going to be on VEASAN here in the next 20 or 30 minutes, probably. So
all right.
If you're going to be on, if you have a VEASAN subscription, you can go watch that right now, or 20 or 30 minutes from now. A lot going on, and then Blinkers Off comes on at 5:30. So just keep on keeping on, folks. Just got a lot of content going on. We're getting closer to that Derby. We'll have a lot of content coming up for that, obviously, as well. All right, Papa Dude, any final thoughts?
Nope.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's time to get off here. We'll see you on Dudes Who Bet Daily tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys, on Dudes Who Bet Daily, and we'll see you right back here on the channel for a couple more shows. So see you soon.
This is Dudes Who Bet Sports. Dudes Who Bet Sports, it's your favorite show. Dudes Who Bet Sports, where degenerates go. Dudes Who Bet Sports, time to change your approach with Aaron Holzman and his father, the coach. Let's ride.
Well, the Associated Press is full of shit.